Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Jamie, and this is my space where I basically recently I've been talking about crochet. I do knit and crochet. Got a little bit of the pebbles thing going on today with my hair. I am working on batch creating turtles. This pattern is by Crochet Jenna. And I'm going to show you the first turtle that I made. Wow, it came out bad. So as you can now, I'm not saying that the pattern's bad. That's not my problem. I'm not good at sewing things on or in or. And so her pattern, I don't want to give it all away, but there's quite a bit of sewing. And obviously, I really didn't do a good job at all. My next one that I made, I used her pattern, but instead of sewing in where she said to sew in, I crocheted in. And so I came up with a much better looking turtle. And so that's how I'm going to complete the turtles that I am working on or batch making. So I have made several shells out of an old Bernat blanket stripes. We've had this a long time. Um, and I used one of those cakes to make five of these shells. And then we're going to take a break and look at a bunny. So I was thinking about loaf cats, and trying to make a loaf dog. Once I did the ears, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like a dog. But then as I kept going, I thought, no, this looks like a bunny rabbit. It really, to me, looks like a bunny rabbit. So that's what it is. The nose is a heart shape. I crocheted a heart and then I sewed it on. The tail, I just crocheted it on because, as I said, I'm not good at sewing. So I do happen to have two flat. That didn't come out right. I do have two front flippers made. I had four until I realized that two of them were too big. I used the wrong count, and so they came out way, way too big. So what I need to do is make, I'm not going to make all of the fins and tails and heads out of this color. It is kind of like an antique white. Um, and it is a nice color. But I don't have enough of it to make all of the stuff that I need, and then also crochet um, the belly of the turtle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to batch make stuff for two turtles out of the antique white. And then that should use up most of the antique white. Batching that and then also putting everything together should use up pretty much most of my antique white. And then I'm going to have to figure out a different colorway to use for the other three. I may need two colorways. What my goal is, or what my thought process is to have this cream color because I think it looks good with these darker tops. But I know I don't think I have any more of that downstairs. I'll have to look. Sorry, it's already been a long day. um, I do have a tan, but I kind of like that tan for other things, and I don't think I have any more of it downstairs. So I'm kind of hoarding my tan, but I could use the tan. Um, but I don't think I will. If I have some of the antique white left over, I am going to, well, no matter what, I have to sew up her, the seahorse's tail, but I also need to get a, well, I call it the hair, but I know that's not what it is. Basically the fins that we put on top. I have two of these that need fins. And so we'll see how far we get today. What else is going on? Oh, I know what I wanted to say. If you've lost a loved one recently, or you're ill, or you're going through some really tough times, know that you're not the only one, and that there's a lot of us in those situations. We are all susceptible to so many things. Um, but I want you to know that you're not alone and that your feelings are extremely valid. No one can take that away from you as long as you don't let them. I hope that you have a great day and a great week. But even if it's not a great day or a great week, we always have tomorrow. And sometimes it's hard to see that light, but it is there. Um, that's what I wanted to relate to pretty much everyone, because I know that it's a really rough time right now for a lot of people. Um, However, please just keep on kicking if you can. Okay, where am I at? So, currently I am working on another fin. Probably went too far there. And I'm going to have to stop and do quite a bit of counting on this. This yarn, I like the feel of it, but it really is more difficult to see my stitches in this color. So that's kind of what's been slowing me down on this particular project. That doesn't look right. Back we go. Most of the family is out of town today. They have stuff to do down in Colorado with other family members. So I'm here at the house with the dogs. They should be fairly quiet because I put them outside about an hour ago. So I'm hoping that they're able to, kind of rest. They're following the sunshine around. in the house because it's not that it's cold in here, but they sure love the sunshine, which is absolutely fine with me. And three. Because when I lived in the basement and Humphreys was downstairs with me, we didn't get any sunshine down there. And it was always kind of dark. And this house that we live in is extremely dark. Sorry, water break. Yeah, I did. Okay. So, I'm hoping that everything goes well for them down in Colorado, as well as, everybody across the United States and North America. We all know that things are getting rough for a lot of people. And, I don't want to be political. I just want everybody to be able to have what they need. Um, so that we can all survive what's coming, as we deal with changes in the weather and financial issues and housing issues. Like, it's rough out there, not to mention just the normal stuff that's going on, people getting sick and people passing away. It's rough out there. If I didn't say this pattern, I think I did, but I'm just gonna throw it back out there. Is crochet. I think it's Crochet by Jenna. She's on YouTube. And I think I got the pattern off of Etsy. Oh, I lied. I think they're back. So the dogs are probably going to start barking, and that's okay. Because it looks like maybe Mom is back. We'll see. So, yeah, it's Mom. I thought it might be. Dun, 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 dun. The dogs did pretty good. They didn't make too much noise. I don't know if you heard Humphreys greeting Mom. He's been waiting for her to come home because it's kind of rare that she leaves and is gone most of the day. They got up and they were gone I think they were gone by 8 or something like that. But I know that she was up quite a bit earlier than that. So I got up and said goodbye to her, and then I went back to bed for a little bit till my alarm went off. What else is going on today? It's, a pretty nice day outside today. The sun is shining. The wind's blowing a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's too bad. I can see the tops of trees because the windows in front of me face south so I can see some of the other places that have trees. Our tree, we have 2 trees to the west and 1 tree to the north of the house. Our house faces one of the busiest streets, but if you go upstairs and look out the bedroom of the south bedroom, you can actually see our Capitol building. There's like a gold dome, and you can definitely see that gold dome. Um, which is kind of cool. That was my bedroom a long, long time ago when I was a little kid, before mom and I moved out. That's where that was my bedroom. Her bedroom was the north bedroom upstairs. And grandma and papa kind of moved around the house all over the place because um, grandma was one of those people that she was never satisfied um, with status quo. She always had to be changing stuff. And it wasn't like she changed the decor of the house. I mean, we haven't even really changed the decor of the house that much. Um, but it's nice that we have made some changes for ourselves. Um, we got couches. I got two. Um, I given 2 different chairs to their lift chairs, and boy, is that nice when I'm having a lot of problems. Let's see what else is going on today. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I am wearing a crochet shirt that I made for myself, no pattern. Welcome, how are you doing today? My name is Jamie, and I am working on turtle parts. Right now, I am making a front fin. Are you working on anything today? So this is my regular live. I go live typically on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time in the United States. I'm from Wyoming. I knit and I crochet. I am batch making turtles. I've already made the shells. And so now I'm working on the fins. I do have 2 fins, front fins completed, and I have 2 more that I need to make. So that's what I'm working on right now. This is my Volari pillow, and boy, is it a lifesaver sometimes. When I'm working on really large plushies, I can't use it. But when I'm working on smaller plushies, I can definitely use it. So I like to keep a labeled bag so that I know what's front and what's back, and the tails and the heads and all that. I mean, it's easy to tell the tail and the heads apart from everything else, but it's not so easy to tell the fins from each other because they're very close in size. So this is a paid pattern. And I did not print off, I don't think. I do actually have some pictures of what the turtles look like from Crochet by Jenna. She's on YouTube, but these are what my turtles are supposed to look like. Usually I just use the pattern on my phone. I don't usually print stuff out. However, when I'm doing a live or doing a recording, I need to have it printed out because I can't, look at my phone and record at the same time, have the file opened on my phone and then look, like be doing the recording. My phone just won't let me do two things at one time most of the time. Let's see here. Now, I don't always use stitch markers, but when it comes to something like this, I do. I do use stitch markers on most of the plushies. I'm fairly new to making plushies, but I really have been enjoying myself. I have a big bin that now is pretty much overflowing from my come on, Jamie. From the stuff that I've made already. The stuff that's going in that bin, they need eyes. Some of them need faces, but for the most part, they just need eyes, and then they'll be good to go. So eventually coming up, I will be doing a video where I am I'm able to show you that, putting on all the eyes. Let's see here. I kind of want to wait until I have more, basically because I'm a little worried about how that's going to come out. Putting the eyes on the stuffies, plushies, because I want them to look good, but I don't I don't know how it's going to turn out. I want to make sure that I do it right, but that's going to take time. So it'll be interesting once I get that done. I have no idea what I'm going to do for our Wednesday video. I will be posting a Wednesday video at hello at where's on Wednesday at 1 p.m. It's probably going to be a vlog about making something or cleaning something up or yarns. I did order quite a few yarns from Joann's. We really don't know yet about what exactly is going to happen with the bankruptcy, but we'll see. I'm making turtle parts for turtles. This was one of my practice ones, so it's not actually made out of blanket yarn, so it's not as soft. The yarn is just not as soft. The pattern is by Crochet by Jenna. She's on YouTube. And her most recent, I think the most recent video, was about her custom order for a bunch of plushies for that. I mean, it's the same plushie, but a bunch of them. And she talked about how she designed it and picked out the colors and got the yarns and all of that. And that was really pretty interesting. I'm not a designer, like I'm not a pattern designer, but I do like to watch stuff like that. I also like to watch market preps and that kind of stuff, but I don't think my plan is going to be quite like market per se. My plan is this summer to set up some tables outside of our house because we live on a very busy street, and sell my plushies and stuffies that way, and see how it goes. I definitely want to sell during Frontier Days, which is a massive deal in our town. We have, quote unquote, the largest outdoor rodeo, and it's one of the longest running rodeos. We've never, have we missed a year? I think the only time that we've missed a year was like during World War I or II, and then during COVID. I think the rest of the time they've been open and doing the rodeo and the carnival, the night shows. Yeah. Are you working on anything today? Anything special? I'm batch making these turtle parts because it just makes it easier when I go to make the turtle if I have everything prepared ahead of time. I have 2 fins already made, so no, I have 3 fins made of the front fins, and then I need to jump over to the back fins. Oh, here comes the dogs. Um, Mom got home just a little bit ago, so the dogs are very, very happy. So you may hear them talking. I have a not so miniature short hair dachshund. And then my mom, well, he's black and tan. And then my mom has a gray colored Chiweenie. And whoop, where am I at here? Dun, dun, okay. Dun, 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 dun. So the dogs like to play, and they're always appreciative of when mom comes home. Mom was out of town on a family thing. So of course I'm glad that she's back too. What else? I'm working with some like very old Bernat blanket yarn. And what I find is some of the colors, it's easier to see your stitches. This antique white color is just kind of driving me nuts because it is difficult to see my stitches. And so I have to keep going back and counting and making sure that I'm doing what I am supposed to do. But yeah, this is a paid pattern by Crochet by Jenna. She's on YouTube. The pattern is, I bought the pattern off of Etsy. And I bought it a while ago. It's it looks like a really sleek design when you look at hers. What I found is that when I try and stitch in um, the portions that you're supposed to stitch, it does not come out right. And I did 2 practice turtles. So this was my first practice turtle. If you can't tell, his fins are really wonky. And I just was not pleased with how he came out. So instead of sewing what she wanted me to sew, I crocheted and didn't do any sewing. I just weaved in my ends, and this came out quite a bit better. I'm very, very pleased with this one. Um, I was going to show you something else that I've been working on, but I already tossed it. I have a big box behind me that I toss all of my lovely stuff that I've been working on. This week I've made frogs. I've made, I tried to make myself a dragonfly. It didn't quite turn out the way that I wanted it to. I used Crochet Vision's seahorse pattern basically because I have that darn thing almost memorized. And I thought that that would be a good starting point. I did make changes to make it look more like a dragonfly, but it came out okay, but the wings are not right. And because the wings are not right, it just doesn't look quite right. So it's a work in progress. Eventually I will have dragonflies because I'd like to have some dragonflies. I am currently working through basically all of the old Bernat that I have. I really want to get it all worked down. So then I can start using some of my some of the new yarns that I've gotten. Like this. Oh, just feels so nice. Now it is thinner than Bernat Blanket, and it is Big Twist Posh. What's the name of it? Oh, Lemon Glow is the name. Oh, this is nice, and I love the color. I like bright colors and stuff like that, but I'm limiting myself right now until I can get through what I have. Once I get through what I have, I will be able to start with the new stuff that I just recently purchased. My hope is that I will have quite a bit of plushies and market bags and tops and whatnot to put out this summer when I'm selling. That way, maybe I can make some more yarn to make some more yarn, make money to buy more yarn. I love making these plushies. I love making tops. Well, I'm not gonna say I love, but I do actually like making the market bags. It's it's just something different. So you're not doing the exact same thing over and over and over again, 50 million times. So that's part of the reason why I'm not going to do all my turtles today, because I have 5 shells. And I know that if I try and make all 5 turtles, I'm going to be pretty burnt out from it. And that's just going to be kind of rough. Are you having a good day? I sure hope so. And I hope that wherever you are, you're staying warm, but you're not too warm. This weather is just kind of being different, because although it's very pretty outside, I also know that it's very cold outside. Although the dogs would like to just sit on the back porch and sun themselves for a few hours. But I don't want them to get cold out there because Belly doesn't have much hair. Humphreys has more hair, and he's black, so he absorbs the sun a lot better. But I still don't want them to get, to get cold, because they don't have long hair. They both have very short hair. Yeah. If you haven't taken your meds, take your meds. Drink your water. Make sure that if you haven't eaten, that you do eat. I know sometimes that's stuff that we can forget. And that's definitely important stuff. I was going to make a loaf dog, and then after I made it, I realized that it doesn't really look like a dog. It looks like a bunny rabbit. Well, I realized that before I finished it. And so I decided that I would turn it into a bunny. So I gave it a pink tail and a pink heart-shaped nose, and decided that that was pretty good. It definitely needs eyes. And I have a huge box that needs eyes, but I'll get there. So I am making turtles. This is the last stitch for this particular fin. I have 4 more fins to make. They're the back fins, but they should go a little bit quicker, mainly because the back fins are a little bit smaller. Not by much, just by 1 round. So that's what I'm working on today. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter with this old Bernat, and it seems to be working pretty well for me. I've been using a 5.5 on pretty much everything. If I'm not using a 5.5, I'm using my, that's the right one. I'm using my 4 millimeter. What else? It's just been a really, it's been a good day today. Um, I got some good sleep last night, and I'm really happy about that because that doesn't always happen. Um, and I'm very happy. I'm trying to get these turtles done today. Well, at least two of them because I have 5 to do. Um, but I don't think I have enough of the antique white to do all 5. So I am going to just do 2 today. I am almost finished with the 4th front fin, and then I'm going to have to make 4 back fins, and then I'm going to have to make 4 heads and 4 tails. So I'm getting there. I am sure working on it. Um, it's been fun doing all these different plushies. The only one that kind of gives me some trouble are the horses. And so I'm wondering if I just need it's not the pattern. I don't think there's anything wrong with the pattern. I think it's user error, to be honest with you. Um However, I'm really struggling with the mane and the tails. So what I think I'm going to do is just use the dang it, use the a different way to do the mane and the tail, because during Frontier Days, like, that's something that's going to sell, because I can be out there after the parades, because they oftentimes pass our house. Well, most of them do. So I can be out there, and then people can come by and see what I have. I want to do horses and cows. I want to do a lot of different animals, mainly because I like the animals. I'm an animal lover, and I do actually like animal plushies. I like the different colors that you can use, the different patterns, um, well, the different yarn colorways and all of that, because you come up with some really cool designs, and that's always a positive. So I'm starting on the first back fin. And I'm not happy already. See here. This one that's all the way, it's not. Okay. So I think I'm going to try and stay on the live a little bit longer today. If you missed the live, thank you so much for watching the replay. Like and subscribe. I'm coming out with new videos and new things. I'm also keeping track of my yarn labels for February. I have quite a few already in my basket. So we'll see where we end up at the end of February. Because I say we have quite a few, and today is like the 8th. And I'm not sure that I actually have as much as I think I do in there. but we'll see. That's still not working out right. Okie dokies. I'm going to start all over again, because I really want my counts to be correct, so it turns out looking the way that it's supposed to. I am working on a back fin. Oh, welcome, welcome. How are you today? I'm making turtles in batches. So I've already made the shells, and now I'm working on the fins. How are you doing today? Do you have anything special that you're working on today? I'm working with ancient Bernat, so I have to be careful not to, I got to be able to pull hard enough to close the circle, but not hard enough to break the, I think I made a mistake. There it is. Well, I don't know what you've been watching lately, but I've been watching Mayday air disaster, 1, 2, 3, as well as watching Crochet Vision and watching Passionate Kelsey. I love watching them. What else have I watched? Really, I haven't watched any news because I'm kind of hiding from the news right now. But I have, how do I say this? I have also been watching just random like market videos. I have been watching market preps, different things like that, because you never know when an idea might strike you. Like my loaf bunny. I really thought that was going to be a dog, but it didn't turn into a dog. Welcome. How are you doing today? I made a pattern kind of based on a loaf cat, and it turned into, instead of a loaf dog, it turned into a loaf bunny rabbit, which is fine. It actually worked out pretty good. 6, 8, 9, 10. Okie dokies, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. 12. Okie dokies, we got the second round down. As I said, this white yarn is awful hard to see the stitches. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Are you working on anything special? And they're gone. Well, there that goes. Okay. Never know who might pop in and might pop out, and that is absolutely okay. I really hope that everybody is having a great day and going to have a great week. I hope the price of eggs comes down for everybody, because I know that's a worry. Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm working on turtles. How are you doing today? Are you working on anything special today? I'll show you what they're going to end up looking like. Um, so I'm batch making, and so I've made all of the front fins. I don't know if you can see them in here. There's 4 of them. And then I'm making my back fins. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? I am making turtles. Are you working on anything special? Ah, ah. Well, I guess I'm not that interesting. And you know what? That's okay. I'm okay with not being that interesting. I find it kind of funny. Okay, 3rd round done. Finally. I thought maybe I could get all these fins done and get a turtle on, but who knows? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? My name is Jamie, and I am working on turtles. What are you working on today? And gone. Double. I'm doing this one wrong. Maybe I should just put the dang turtle up so everybody can see the turtle, right? We'll see here. Punch down a little bit so everybody can see the turtle. I think this pattern is really quite good. It just had too much sewing in it for me, which is why I adapted it to what I wanted it to be. I would much rather crochet stuff in than sew stuff. We all know I hate weaving in my ends. And so, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm just crocheting and counting and trying to make sure that I don't get lost, because unfortunately that happens a lot. What else? So, I really like Crochet Vision. She's been putting out vlogs and kind of showing what it's like in her life to try and clean up her crochet from her crochet vision from her crochet business. And that's to me been quite interesting. So I've really enjoyed watching that. I really do like Sarah and her channel. I'm a member of that channel. That's the only channel that I'm a member of right now, because I really enjoy her videos, the content, as well as just frankly being able to sit down and work on plushies while she's working on plushies. It's a great motivator. Plus, it allows me to see that my skills are actually getting better. I'm not perfect, because practice does not make perfect, but practice does make better. And oftentimes that's what I tell people is practice doesn't make perfect, but it does make better. And I really believe that. I've been crocheting since I was like 5, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was in my early 20s. What else? I didn't really get into plushies until last year. But I really do enjoy making the plushies. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Are you working on anything special today? I am working on sea turtles, and they're gone again. I am very hopeful that I get to kind of find my tribe here on YouTube as well as on other platforms like Twitch. However, that may not happen. I don't know. But I am hopeful for it. But I also know it takes time to connect with other individuals that are like-minded and maybe have similar interests or even have different interests. I mean, that's not uncommon for, people that have different interests to become, good friends. Hello and welcome. I'm working on sea turtles. One of my good friends really likes to do cross stitch. I don't do cross stitch. I would much rather crochet or knit than do pretty much anything else. I really, really, really enjoy working on my stuff. Oh, hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Working on Sea Turtles. My name is Jamie. Are you working on anything special today? The pattern is by Crochet by Jenna. She has a YouTube channel, and you can also get this pattern off of her Etsy shop. I'm not sure if she has another shop, but she definitely has an Etsy shop. I'm working on a back fin for another turtle. I have several shells that I've already made, and well, actually I have 5 of them. And this antique white is not going to be able to last to make all 5. So right now I'm just concentrating on 2 of them. Are you guys having a great day today? I sure am. Here in Wyoming, it sure is pretty outside, but it also is pretty cold. I'm hoping you guys are staying warm, or if you're in a warm climate, you're staying cool. And we're down to 1. Okay. Oh, messed that one up. Okay, let's try this again. Yep. So, what else am I doing? I know I'm not as fast at crocheting as this stuff as Sarah from Crochet Vision. I'm trying, but it's all about practice, and I'm nervous now that the camera's on me. When the camera's not on me, I tend to go a little bit faster. Probably because I'm not looking up so much. But it is what it is. Hello and welcome. I'm making sea turtles today. How are you doing? Are you having a good day? Oh, there they go. So yeah, for me, it's been a pretty good day. I definitely don't know how to crochet without looking when it comes to single crochets. What I have found though is that I can do it when I'm doing like a corner to corner. I I can fly when it comes to corner to corner. Um, that is 100% my jam. I love corner to corners, and I can do that without thinking, without doing much else. The other day, my aunt asked me what I think about when I crochet, and I didn't know what to say. I mean, what do I think about when I crochet? And then it dawned on me later on. I count when I'm crocheting. Oftentimes, even if it's a pattern that I know or I have memorized, I still count. And that's just something I've done for a long, long time. My great grandma taught me how to crochet, and um, you have to be able to count your stitches, which at times can be a little difficult, especially if you're new to doing that or you're new to using that particular yarn. Hello and welcome. My name is Jamie. So I'm working on sea turtles. This is an example of what I'm working on. I'm using Bernat yarn that is Bernat blanket that's quite old. I've had it quite a while. I've made a bunch of shells, and so now I'm making fins. I've made the front fins, and now I'm working on the back fins. Are you having a good day today? Are you working on anything special? Um, or anything that kind of, is different? I mean, heck, I don't really do granny squares very often, but I am working on a granny square scrappy blanket, and it's going to be one of those blankets that only a mother could love. I mean, it's pretty wild right now, and it's just going to get wilder. What I do is I take my scraps from what I've been crocheting, and then I crochet them into that blanket. It's really wild. I started it with some yarn that I wasn't going to use for anything else because it's just too thin and ugh, I really didn't like it. Um, so I started that granny square with that. And then I just kept adding, my little scraps. If I can't really make anything out of it, then I add it, or I'm not going to make something out of it. I add it to that blanket. Which is kind of nice because then I don't have little balls and little deflated cakes hanging out all over the place. That's one of those things that I really do not like. It's just kind of having stuff that you've already gotten into just hanging out. One thing that I like to do is I really like to use my Stanwood ball winder and wind everything up. And the reason I like to do that is because it's easier to see what I have. Plus, then I don't have any deflated balls or, anything that I've rolled up just hanging out. Okay, fin number 1 is done. So now I'm going to start fin number 2 out of 4. Um, do you watch any other content creators? Passionate Kelsey or Mikey of the Crochet Crowd. I've noticed he's been doing a lot of like stitch socials. And that seems to be quite popular right now. So this pattern is by Crochet Jenna, or Crochet by Jenna, and I got it off of Etsy. She does have a YouTube channel. I'm a subscriber to it, but I don't watch it that often. However, she's kind of like the queen of turtles. She made a turtle that was like toddler size, and then she made one that was even bigger. It was like human size, or person size, I guess I should say, or adult. Um, and that was really interesting. That was a commission that she did. And she's taken several commissions where she has to create something that has no pattern, which is kind of interesting. Oftentimes, when I'm working, I make my own clothes. And this is one of the shirts that I made for myself. So the viewers thing keeps going all over the place. So if you're still with me, thank you very much. If you're watching on the replay, thank you very much. Um, um, this is one of those patterns where you really do need to count and make sure that you are right on with what you're working on. What else? Sometimes I like to watch true crime and different things. Welcome. How are you doing? Are you working on anything special today? Oh, all right. This is fun. Or at least it's interesting. I really do hope that y'all are doing well today. It's quite the wind kind of, I think, kicked up a little bit because now it's looking like it's more blustery out there. Whoop, ran out of yarn. But never fear, I have another cake already caked up. The nice thing about these, the fins that I'm making is you don't have to stuff them. You just crochet them and then that's it. No stuffing. I'm one of those people that believes in using a lot of stuffing. I know not everybody believes in that, and that's okay. Hi, Humph. What are you doing down there, huh? Did you want to come up and sit? You want to come up and sit? Nope. Okay. Humphreys is down at my feet. He'll let me know if he really wants up here. What else? Humphreys is a black and tan, supposedly miniature dachshund, but he's not that miniature. Off to find the toy. He definitely is more interested in what my mom is doing because she's up doing things in the kitchen. Humphreys definitely likes to kind of see what's going on and be involved with what's going on right now. I joined this service through my insurance that's supposed to help you manage your weight. So we'll see how that goes. I already see a dietitian on a monthly basis. And so I don't know what they're going to offer that's going to be different from what my dietitian has and I are working on. But it is what it is. Welcome and howdy. How are you doing? We're working on sea turtles today. I am working on a back fin. I have one completed and I need to do a few more. This is what they look like when they're completed. This pattern is Crochet by Jenna. You can find her on YouTube and on Etsy. This little guy in front of me was one of my practice runs. Oftentimes I find now that I'm doing this more often that the first version doesn't really turn out as well as I would like it to. This guy has some really wonky fins, and his head is not, doesn't look like it's quite in the right place. This guy, on the other hand, was my second attempt at it. The first one, I had to do a lot of sewing on this one. I'm not good at that. This one, I switched the sewing to crochet and it worked out so much better. How are you doing? Are you having a good day? Because that's always important. I'm using some old Bernat. We've had it downstairs for a long time. So I'm trying to work through our Bernat stash before I break into my new yarns. Doubles. This is 1-on-1. I really do like watching like history and documentaries. I was watching a documentary about Jim Jones yesterday, and I guess it never dawned on me before when I had learned about him and the People's Temple and all of that in Jonestown. I didn't realize that he was a communist and that was all wrapped up into the religion that he was teaching, and that he was doing a lot of outreach to um, minority communities, especially the Black community, who'd been segregated and pushed out. He'd become a preacher or like an assistant preacher or something like that at a church. And so he welcomed in people of color, and it was an all white church. And so the kind of like the church board got really upset and they got rid of him because they did not want people of color coming into their church because it's their church, and they're white and they want to keep it white. And that was just, I guess, par for the course at the time, but it was really interesting to learn about him and learn about his outreach to people of color, because we don't really learn about that in school, I don't think, or at least I didn't absorb that in school. And I didn't realize that, at Jonestown, they had actually injected people with poison if they wouldn't drink the Kool-Aid. And that is just, oh, wild. And you always worry about your family members and your friends and other people getting into those kind of scary situations. Or at least I do. Because you really don't want anything bad to happen to your loved ones, whether that's, the family that you were born into or the family that you make. Um, Family's family. And in my family, to a certain extent, I think we're pretty close. But we all make our own decisions. And, you know, we can be wrong at times. So, yeah. What else are we working on? Often throughout the week, I make seahorses. I almost have that pattern memorized, and it's one of my favorite patterns. I really need to go back and make some Dixies, but I haven't done that yet. Okay. So, that's probably something for next week that I can work on. Like I said, I'm keeping the ball bands of the yarn that I use. So then at the end of the month, we can see. Okay, I done something wrong again. Mm. So, yeah. Mm. Hmm. That's not right either. Well, I have to go back on it. I'm making fins for sea turtles. This is kind of sort of how they're going to turn out. Welcome, how are you doing? This is what the fin is going to look like. This is my first one. My second one I'm having trouble on again. I've made I've made 5 turtle shells. They're going to turn out, I think, about the same size as this one. I have my first one that I did and screwed up on. He definitely has wonky fins and doesn't look like he is centered. So this was the first one I did, and there was a lot of sewing involved. I'm not good at sewing. I hate sewing in my ends most of the time. So I did another one, and this one I crocheted everything in, and it came out, I think, a lot better. I think it looks more like it's supposed to. I'm going to leave that back up there. So I'm using an antique white yarn. It's an old Bernat blanket yarn. We've had it for a long time. I can't tell you exactly how long, but we've had it for a long time. That's probably my problem. I think I'm just going to set this off to the side for right now. I'll start all over. What else? I worked on a loaf. Well, it was going to be a loaf dog, but it didn't turn out quite like that. So I turned it into a loaf bunny, and that came out really cute. Welcome and howdy. Are you working on anything special today? My name is Jamie, and I live in Wyoming. I am am a knitter and crocheter, although lately I have been doing a ton of crocheting, and I'm really glad that I'm getting back into crocheting. I made this shirt, I think, like around August. It's a crocheted shirt. And I used, what did I use? I used um, the Karen cotton cakes. There we go. So that was a good thing. I have, actually, I can't show you, but I have on crochet pants that I've made out of the Karen cotton cakes. It's one of my favorite things to make clothes out of, mainly because you can wash it and you can dry it and you can wear it. It's not like wool where you have to wash it gently and then lay it flat. Um, so that's something that I enjoy making, as well as clothing. Um, do you have anything special that you like to work on? So I'm streaming on YouTube and on Twitch. I do this every Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We don't have any really good big stores with like yarn selection in the town that I live in. We do have a very teeny tiny Joann's, a very a Michael's, but it has a pretty small yarn section, and then of course Walmart that has a dismal yarn section, and then Hobby Lobby that does not have a big yarn selection. We don't have any, LYS, local yarn shops, that have like other indie dyers and that kind of stuff. So we end up having to go down to Fort Collins for that stuff. Um, there's a little shop down there called Lamb Spun, and that is a pretty fun place to go visit. If you haven't been to the like to a mill, that's really an interesting experience. I've been to Brown Sheep Company, which their mill is in Mitchell, Nebraska, and that is really fun to walk through. They show you all the machines, and they show you how they take the yarn, the wool, and turn it into different thicknesses or weights of yarn. We've gotten quite a bit of yarn from there. My mom, I think, might actually be done with her Tequila Sunrise sweater, cardigan that she made. If you can hear the scratching, that is our little girl dog in the bed that is right behind you, making the bed. My baby Humphreys is sitting up on the couch with mom. Oh, there goes Belle. So, do you have any dogs or cats, or frogs, or any kind of animals?
Snakes.
I really enjoy the dogs. We used to have a cat. Well, actually, we used to have a couple cats, um, and they were okay. But I'm really a dog lover, and I really am a dachshund lover. I had doxies. Well, we had doxies when I was growing up, and they've just always been my favorites, especially the black and tans. I just think that they're just so dapper looking, or pretty looking, depending on if they're male or female, you know. But yeah, it's been an interesting ride with our dogs. What else are we doing? Not much, honestly. It's a Saturday. It's a lazy day. Welcome and howdy. How are you doing? My name is Jamie, and I am working on sea turtles. And I am struggling with my count. Okay. Um, are you guys doing anything fun this weekend? I'm working on this sea turtle pattern by Crochet by Jenna. She's on YouTube and on Etsy. I got the pattern off of Etsy. I do not know if she has her own shop or not, which is why I got it off of Etsy. If you watch her on YouTube, then you would know that she has turned this pattern into really big, basically an adult size turtle. Hmm. I also like to watch Veronica Lundberg, Kiko. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to look up her channel again. Um, but she's a knit wear designer in where's she at? She's overseas. I can't remember where she's at the moment. I also like Ruth Loves to Knit. That is her um, channel name. Let's see here. Doing something wrong. Well, it's been almost an hour and a half, and I've been working on this fin basically the whole time. So I think I am going to say goodbye to you guys. I hope that you have a great weekend and a great next week. I will see you on Wednesday in my video. Remember that you are wanted, you are needed, and you are loved. Be kind to everyone, including yourself. I'll see you on Wednesday.